final completion for phase 3 is David F.
Hello everyone. Phase 3. I wrote down a little bit of some areas that I wanted to cover. I didn't really want to shoot from the hip today, but I want to thank Sam, being able to live with him at the house and have some conversations with him in stressful moments has been very helpful. It's been definitely something that has been of an importance to me because there's some stressful things that we go through here, and then one of them being, whether it be with home life, my wife, my kids, financial difficulties. Sam and Joe, Maintenance Joe, have been there for me, and it's been, that one step closer to home and being able to correlate exactly what's going on and feel pretty comfortable doing it with these two gentlemen. So I want to thank these two guys, Dallas and Miles, for my amends. Michael, I appreciate you, man. You held me accountable. I know that there were Tim, definitely a key part in seeing restoration in my marriage. Definitely Scott. Scott's not here, but Scott has been an integral part in helping me being able to vent with a lot of mental torments that I struggled with. There's everybody. There's so many more. And the folks behind the scenes that are doing or created the curriculum. I mean, that in itself, I knew that when I got here, I was going to do everything I possibly could to be, and that means behavioral modification. I needed to change my behaviors. I struggled with a lot of different areas that I didn't feel were wrong, but as I began to see where my behavioral patterns began to go wrong, it was a lot of it resulted from childhood experiences, and that led me into a means to want to cope and escape. And so phase 3, phase 3 was difficult. It was really hard for me. I mean, it not hard in the fact that it was hard in the area of knowing that I needed to get real. It was like, okay, that was my pinnacle point. I knew that there was some dirt that I was harboring within my heart. It was bearing heavy upon my conscience. It was causing a lot of mental torment. And I pulled Michael aside one day and I said, look, man, if I don't pull you aside and tell on myself right here, right now, I'm not going to be able to do it later. So I want to get real. And so I basically just, told on myself, shed some light on some areas of my life. And he's like, that's common. He made it seem like it, for a drug addict, these types of things take place. And I found real good comfort in being able to share that with you. This last, phase 3, covering my RS steps. A lot of it revolving around my wife in just this recent 2016, 2017, 2018 years, where I caught a prison term, and it was like I was a part of my family's life in one moment, and then just like that, I was gone, and it broke me. It really shattered the inner core of who I was, because my kids were the ones who were the recipients of the suffering, and my wife once again had to do it on her own. And and that's what I want to do. I want to acknowledge my wife, because she has truly been there through all my prison terms, several different treatment centers, being absent from home, being absent from my kids' life, her carrying on the role of both mom and dad, and having to do it financially. And that's a lot for a woman to take on. And I want to commend her that she still remains by my side, and she is truly the image of what loyal looks like, and faithfulness and love and forgiveness, and that I thought I was going to read these, but it's just coming out. So overall, I am truly grateful to have a woman like her in my life, and I met her in 8th grade, and I just over the years, we've gone our different ways, but she's always been there for me. And I just want to say thank you, Monica. Phase 3 was. I'm thinking about my men's and I'm thinking about my RSs, but my RSs, I remember walking down and writing down several different things that I had done in my past and just hunching over, and I couldn't hold it in anymore. I had to just let it out, and I began to weep, and I just wept and I just cried, and I just realized how disgusted I was with who I became when I used drugs, and because I knew in my heart that that's not truly who I was. I knew that. I felt like I had a good heart, and there were really good times that I did share with my wife and kids, and growing up playing sports. But being able to write these responsibility steps down and look at them firsthand, I was like, wow, I can't believe that I've carried all of this dirt all these years, because I've never done a more extensive, uh, you know, RS step in my entire life in any of the treatment centers, and I would have to commend that was one area that I knew that I needed to get real in. My men's process, I was able to contact the local sheriff's department, which Pete Hansen, Sergeant Pete Hansen, which was aware of me and at times had called several different units out to the house to have me picked up. He was appreciative of my phone call, and he acknowledged that, and he wanted to know when I was getting out, and I was very thorough with him and told him where I'd be living and what my plans were, and that I had no ill intentions toward any of his deputies. And I made the same type of amends with San Benito County, Watsonville PD, and just where I was ripping and running and doing my dirt, and that's my goal. That's what I got out. I was able to be transparent with these officers who in time past were typically my enemy, and held a code of silence against them, and I just today I don't have to live like that. I don't have to think like that anymore. I don't have to be that person portraying this image of this false image, and I'm letting all that down, and I'm letting it all go, and I'm allowing myself to be a father again, and to be a husband, and to be truly who I've been destined to be, and that's clean and sober, successful businessman, and just an all-around good citizen, and treating others as I would like to be treated. So thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate everybody here who's helped me to achieve this, and I look forward to next week graduation. Thank you.